And good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting matchup of Echo Arena, presented by VRML. And yes, I am SirDimwi, joined currently by PAMWOW, our OCE hostess with the mostest, here to bring us. This is Hollow versus Evolve here in North America. PAMWOW, how are you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling excited. Evolve actually doing very well against Team Stonks recently, as well as Hollow doing very well against Team DBF. Both teams taking a dub there, and now these teams heading off against each other. So have a lot to look forward to in this game. And yeah, also just looking into the chat, wrong teams from Skinny. Yeah, just a bit of a minor technical issue,
yes.
But that will be resolved though relatively soon. So no worries about that. It is Hollow going up against Team Evolve here, and that's all you need to know. So Hollow on orange team and Evolve on blue team, so no worries there. And something that I noticed that might be a little bit awkward during this stream is they've got a player named Hollow on Team Evolve. So throughout this stream, I'm going to be going, hey, Hollow, the player, making a very nice pass there. And then, well, Hollow, the team, doing very well there. So you're going to be hearing a lot of that.
And yeah, and just for clarity's sake, there was a bit of a schedule change. And so basically, the game that was going to be on VRML 1 is now VRML 2, and the game that was going to be on VRML 2 is now on VRML 1, as we are about to get started here in round 1. At least we were about to. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe an immediate restart?
I got no clue. There was they got stunned by that rap god performance that you just put on there for a second, as if you were quickly trying to fit it in before the round started, and Aaron was taken back a second there. That was pretty good. Yeah, so just a bit of a delay here, but that should be getting relatively they should be getting up started relatively soon. You can see them making their way, trying to converse in the midsection here, actually punching Titan EXE. What a stun there. And yeah, streaming NA games, Cosmo? Yes, indeed. And it's great to be back. Haven't streamed a NA game since, well, last season. Haven't streamed any games since last season. Haven't streamed any games since the 2v2 tourney in the OCE region. So definitely is great to be back on the casters bench and seeing familiar faces in the chat. So thank you again, everyone in the chat, for stopping by as both teams quickly sort this stuff out. But yeah, been great to be back here and back on the mic, and yeah, very excited for this game.
Back on the mic. Yeah, no, I agree. It is good to be back, as Titan is currently not back. Titan.exe. But the rest of us are.
Titan.exe is not responding.
You've been hanging out with Palador too much.
Yes, I was listening to the recent stream, so yeah, got in a bit of a punny-door mood. Also, what do you think? SirDimwi, or I don't know. I haven't got anything good with our two names. SirDimwi or PAMWOW. I don't know. They both sound good. Chat, put a poll.
SirPamwi.
SirPamwi? Hmm?
That one flows pretty all right.
SirPamwi. Wait. SirPamwi. Wait, I can't do it.
SirPamwi.
SirPamwi. Can work. We can make it work. You know what? With enough time and enough persistence, anything can work. Any name can work. So yeah, just I think waiting on Titan EXE to respond there. Looking at the teams though, did mention this earlier. Hollow and Evolve have both taken a dub from their previous games here, so have a lot to. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I mean, Evolve doing extremely well against Team Stonks, as well as Hollow against TBF. So with that said, definitely interested to see how this game will pan out. And I've grown accustomed to the OCE region, so I'm basically like a new fish in this big lake pond of the NA region. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how the strategies are played out, how the teamwork works over here, because you know, in Australia we actually play upside down, so it's quite interesting.
Yeah, as we all know, everything in Australia happens inverted because you people are weird. I'm just kidding. Of course, I love Australians. I think in general, and this might be nationalist. That doesn't make sense, but I think Australians are some of the funniest people in the world.
Oh.
And not in a like making fun way. I just think I think Australians are just like, I don't know, something about y'all's culture. Y'all are just very relaxed, funny people, and I can appreciate that.
Oh, thanks, mate. Well, if any of you actually tuned in to actually Sputnik Cobra hosting the stack, he actually had me and my Australian buddy, the Real Zeros, on the stack quite a bit ago. He was also making a relatively kind of the similar comments just as you then. So if you haven't already, you know, I'm not giving him a plug or anything, but you know, just talking about the topic while we wait for some of the players to reconnect here. But you know, check the stack out. Some good stuff over there. Some good community moments, you know. No worries. Cosmic in the chat, you heard it. He doesn't like Ashane's. I know. I was surprised as well. I might have to put in a word with some of the head admins, but you know, it's all right. Put up with it for the game.
Sorry, I was just figuring out. I was just figuring out what was going on. It looks like Hollow is attempting to find a sub. Looks like something happened last minute here, and that's what the holdup is. And I did not see that discussion taking place. And Neon, if you're watching, shout out to you for trying to help those guys out. Yeah, no. So I put out this ping, kind of, you know, what's going on. It's almost 15. You know, we're almost 15 minutes past here, and then I see they've been having this discussion about finding a sub, and I feel like a jerk. So I apologize to those guys for doing that.
The good news is that they've readied up now, so we're heading into this game. They've found the sub, and let's see if it works out for them. I mean, some slightly pressured situation here, but that is going to be Hollow in the end. The player from Evolve making that initial joust and making that disc meeting that disc in the midsection, grabbing it, sending it through the orange side. Hollow, the team now. I'm not going to do that through the whole stream. For the whole stream, so I can make a point about that. Got to change your name, Hollow _ Hollow now with the disc. And looking to send it to his right side. That will make its way closely. That will make its way to Sancheezy now, sending it through that right tunnel. And quite the clear it is. Can they follow up on it? The regrabs are there, a bit off to the left, however, but that will be Sancheezy finding the disc yet again. Basically passed it to himself there. The stun's coming out there from Chrome, doing well to fend off Sancheezy and send it off to his teammates on the left. And it will be Titan EXE resetting it to his teammates, Arctic Matt with the disc, sending it through that left section.
Yeah, not quite getting it through there. Chrome had it for a moment, but he got stuff there up near the ceiling, and then a turnover there. Rain, picking that one up, dumping that one in, and to make its way into that near side trench, where Oculus Prime sitting that one across, long pass over there, looking for Hollow. Hollow does get there, and then he's gonna hit that one for the 2. That's the first goal of round 1. Minute 7 in, going to Evolve.
Great opening play there from Evolve, and honestly, it's kind of been the thematic of all these games that I've been witnessing here in the NA region. Such high-scoring games and quick-scoring games. I mean, within the first 8 seconds of a recent game here in the NA on the main channel, 8 seconds in the game, and 2 points were scored. Like in the Oceanic region, it's kind of more it's more spaced out, these points, and they've kind of more subtle. You don't see as many like as frequently occurring points as we're seeing here in this game, especially within the first minute and a half, with Evolve scoring those first 2 points. So very good play there coming from Evolve as Oculus Prime grabs that disc and went for the play, getting stunned out. That disc making its way back into the side of the blue territory. The steal there from Titan, getting stunned out there, but the recovery is there from Chrome. Chrome sending it in, but Rain come again, sending it away for another day, and that will be Titan EXE with the recovery, funneling it back to his teammate, but Rain yet again sending it back to the mid lane.
I like the rhyming there with Rain. Now Oculus Prime has an opportunity. Him and Sancheezy going for that long shot. That was going to bounce off the backboard and then ding off the post. Titan EXE picking that one up, trying to send that one out through that right side tube. Ultimately does get out as both teams are chaining, or well, they're boosting for it. Sancheezy does get there first, sending that one. Good reset, good looking for the out pass out of Rain, but that pass across, no one's home. So Titan EXE is going to pick that one up, but stuff there. Well, Oculus Prime picks it up. He gets stunned. Titan stuns out. Hollow is trying to pick it up, and now it's ultimately going to be Chrome there. Actually, he mishandles it, so it's turning it over. Oculus Prime, long shot, it's on. He's going to hit it for the 3, and they're up by 5.
Brilliant long shot there coming from Oculus Prime, and anyone wondering in the chat there, Hollow never ended up needing the sub anyway. They were able to sort it out, so no worries there, no dramas there. I had to take a look at the team roster there for a second, so no worries there. We're able to get into the team, and that's always good fun. But what's not good fun for Team Hollow is that massive 3-pointer that Evolve just took. Oculus Prime doing very well there. So now with the joust advantage, the thick waffle looking to set it up for a few points here, bouncing off the backboard. And I mean, both teams doing very well there in terms of offense and defense. I mean, relatively speaking, we can see Chrome now with the disc looking to grab it and stun Sancheezy, giving his team some time, but not enough time as Sancheezy is able to grab it yet again. And Sancheezy seems to be all over this game as they send it out through the left side of the backboard. The regrabs are there, the follow-up is there, and Holo underscore is there. Doing very well for Team Evolve. 7-point lead now.
I just, yeah, fantastic. I mean, you gotta press, you gotta be aggressive, and Holo gets that loose disc first, and is able to pop it in for that too to extend that lead to 7 here. So almost halfway through round 1, 5:40 on the clock as Holo's gonna handle that one. Uh-oh, quick turnover. That's Oculus Prime picking it up. Oculus Prime moving up, has Holo boosting off, had a player up high, but he's gonna chuck that one in, and a quick easy turnover there for Arctic Matt. Uh-oh. And
an interesting intercept there. I feel like some of these clears just aren't working for either of the teams today as the... Oh, and they did go for that 4-man play inside the bubble, looking for those quick passes, which you have to respect and you have to admire, showing that respect for the goalkeeper there. But... yeah, I mean, those passes definitely have to be on point, especially on those situations. It's a 4-on-1 opportunity. Passing it over to the left shoulder. That will be Holo, making his way off the roof. Passing it to the right. Barely off target. We will be Sancheezy with the recovery. But Titan EXE is now running. And he is sending that disc right out. Not to its most effective play there. It will be Oculus Prime intercepting that at the trench. Sending it over to the right. It will be Holo off the shield. And Holo will yielding a few points there for Team Evolve. 9 points now, taking the lead yet again.
Yeah, that was some very nice disc movement we saw there from Evolve to earn those 2 points. I mean, really wrapping it around the defense, all around the bubble. You know, and it's all, it's all with purpose, where they're trying to find those lanes, and not just find them, they're trying to manufacture them. That's why you see those passing sequences that kind of follow a circular shape, circular pattern. It's to try to fold that defense up, to open up a lane for you to get it closer to the goal, and they're deploying that with quite a bit of success in this one.
Yeah, and if there's something that I can definitely take from these games in comparison to some of the Diamond games that I was witnessing earlier, it's that a lot of the clears that have been made are usually being made for when you make a clear, you usually want to make it work for your own team. You don't want to just hand it over to Rain in the double diamond, because then he can work against you, just like as we're seeing here. Holo now with the disc off the left side, passing it over to Oculus, and the self goal of Titan after the bounce off the hand or head. Wasn't able to quite see that one, but great play there from Evolve, and that's definitely something worth praising. The passing coming here from Team Evolve.
Yeah, I mean, it's really it's what's making the difference is that level of control. You know, you've got to be able to, you have to be able to move the disc quickly, confidently, and accurately. Up and down the field, and you see that one there quite a bit off the mark, and that's now recovered there by Arctic Matt. But they're gonna have to keep control of these passes down the field if they want to start, if not a comeback in round 1, something they can try to score some points, so they can get that ball rolling and push that momentum into round 2. Yeah,
I mean, and you know what, Holo can always call for that timeout if they wanted to cut off a bit of momentum, but with 11-point lead, Evolve looking to extend it with that goal from Holo. And 13 points now for Team Evolve. And what I was mentioning earlier, you can in fact call a timeout, even if it's for attempting to cut off momentum, but it's definitely, I'd recommend to use it maybe when a 13-point lead at 2 minutes 20 seconds is not the case.
So now Chrome sending that one over to Titan in that left tube. Titan moving in, sending that one across to the thick waffle, coming in, wants to take a shot. No, he's going to go for that pass as he was under pressure. And it does ultimately get picked up there by Titan.exe. Titan over to Chrome. Chrome moving in. Ooh, stunned out as he was going to take that shot on a stun out goalie. And then quickly picked up there by the thick waffle. Another opportunity there by Chrome. But unfortunately, none of these shots quite hitting the mark there. And now it's going to maybe turn over Thick Waffle. Who's actually going to get there first. Thick Waffle setting that one up. He's going to hit Chrome. Chrome taking the shot. Ooh, another ding. And that one's out of the bubble.
Have mercy. So many close shots on goal there from Team Hollow, as we see Titan EXE looking to funnel it back to his teammates yet again. He does have a player on Ness with some pressure on him, and pressure can play a huge role when attacking, especially with Team Evolve, who are doing so well with their in terms of teamwork and just pinning on players and generating a lot of pressure in order to render Hollow's attacks seemingly useless. But you know, it isn't useless. Two men on one, but not in this case, as an unfortunate miss on the shot, on the goal. Chrome with the recovery, sending over to Titan. Titan off the backboard, and Titan making those few points there. 2-13. Hollow will be taking a few near the last minute of this first round. We still have another round to go, however, so Hollow still definitely in it to win it. Evolve doing very well within this opening round.
So yeah, I mean, a solid goal there. You saw almost a frustration in that shot scored there by Titan.exe, but now it's going to be Hollow here with it for Evolve. Coming in on the far side there, sending that one across. Good pass. Oh, beautiful play there. Sancheezy hits the right side pocket there, right on the edge. Good enough to push him back up by 13 with 30 seconds to go.
Great passes coming here from Team Evolve, and that's something that you definitely have to prioritize when you're playing this game. Teamwork, one of the, I'm going to say, like possibly one of the most vital aspects of any team. It's a team game, so teamwork definitely makes the dream work, as we see Chrome sending over there to Titan in the left tunnel, and we'll just drain away the final few seconds of this round. 2-15. Evolve taking away the first one with a nice strong start and looking to continue its momentum into the second round. Evolve, and yeah, what a game we've had so far. Hollow, I will say this, Hollow have definitely been doing well in terms of attack. I feel like they have had many shots on target. Their unfortunate misses, unfortunate dings, fortunate saves for Evolve. They've done well to keep many of those shots out, so fortunate for them. But Hollow just really need to look into just the precision of these passes and the precision of these shots, because I feel like that's definitely something that you can look towards in terms of scoring points. Meanwhile, Evolve doing very well with these passes. There were a few situations in the beginning where I felt like it was a bit rusty in terms of finding those short, quick passes in the bubble. But as the round progressed, the passes definitely became a bit more accurate there, and they found quite a few more points, and definitely doing very well within this first round, and looking to carry it into the second one. As we look into the chat here, some hello Dimwi's there from Titan and Sweet Tooth, so thank you.
Oh, I do see that now. Sorry, yeah, I wasn't when I'm running the cams. I can't. I'm generally not looking at chat. But hey, guys, what's up, Titan?
Yeah,
what's up, Sweet Tooth?
Well here. He's running the cams and the cast.
Yeah, and that usually I have so many windows, and all my monitors are being used right now. And tomorrow I'm gonna be adding another one. So yeah, yeah, it's So what's up, guys? Yeah, no, this is really impressed from what I'm seeing from Evolve here, and I also see Titan says somebody he taught them that play. Who'd you teach what play, Titan? I'm curious, as there is a pause in the game right now, so we do have a little bit of time to talk it out. So I'm curious, Titan, what play you were talking about there?
Whatever it is, teach me that, because I'm bad at this game, and any play I can get at this moment, I will take it.
Says he taught them their old trap play. From Toxin.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I mean, it definitely is working out, as we can see here. Evolve just doing extremely well in terms of teamwork, and you can definitely tell that they've put in a lot of, not to say that Hollow hasn't, because it's just, you can definitely, it's more evident through in terms of points and in terms of just the plays that we've seen. A lot of chemistry being built towards these players here. Sancheezy doing very well, constantly over that disc, setting it up for his team. Hollow doing very well as well, finding quite a few points there. He's found 8 within the first round, and as well as Oculus Prime doing very well in terms of stealing and pressuring the enemy team. So yeah, Evolve doing very well across the board, but not taking credit away here from Hollow. I mean, as we can see, like Titan EXE just doing just as well in terms of attacking with those 2 points, but Titan EXE also doing well in terms of he's saving 3 saves to Titan. So yeah, I mean, Hollow, I mean, across the board you can see their stuns. They definitely are maintaining a good amount of pressure here. as we wait to get into this second round. So I'm not, yeah, I mean, I feel like Hollow, they definitely have the right mindset in terms of pressuring. It's just in terms of execution where I feel like there definitely are some things that need to be looked over. And yeah, I mean, the main thing that both teams can definitely take a look at from this game is the making clears and making regrabs work for you, because you can always follow up on a clear, and it's not just about clearing it just for the sake of clearing it. You want to make it work for you, not against you. I saw a comment in the chat earlier, shaky clears, I believe, something along the lines of that. Yeah, that's definitely due to the pressure that Evolve have been putting on Hollow. I mean, once you have a player coming right up towards you before you even grab the disc, you want to get rid of that disc as soon as possible, because you never know, like that stun will just come in and you'll lose possession to the enemy team. So yeah, I mean, pressure definitely is a reason for some of these clears just unfortunately not working for Team Hollow. But you definitely need to be looking into communication in terms of alerting your teammates of how much time they have to make a proper clear or a pass or a reset, because resets are a thing in this game. You can definitely help out your team in a tight situation. So just aspects such as this really could be looked over in circumstances such as this one. But both teams doing reasonably well. I mean, both putting up quite a run for each other's money. Hollow doing very well in terms of attacking, just execution wise not there, but Volve also doing very well. So yeah, I mean, interesting game, and hopefully we'll be getting into this second round relatively soon.
Yeah, we just heard the pause countdown there. That was the end of the pause, so now we're just waiting for the countdown to the start of the round. I can actually take a look, see how long we have. 2 seconds, so we'll be getting started literally right now to start round 2 between Evolve and Hollow here.
Yep, so as we can see now, Novus has actually swapped in for Team Hollow. A dropout there, unfortunately, for Team Hollow. And yeah, so we'll see. Maybe super sub Novus, you never know. The regrabs are there from Evolve, however, and they're going to be taking the disc yet again, similar to the first round. But that will be the recovery from Team Hollow as they send it out through that right tunnel. The backboard shot going to bounce a bit low. The recovery may be there from Team Hollow. Novus with the disc does have a player up on Nest. It will be Titan now with the disc, passing it over to the left. Novus sending it right over to the right. Bit of a miss pass there. Arctic Matt was a bit underextended there, but sending it up and recovering that disc, looking for another pass play, not going to make its way to his teammates, and a bit of a struggle for the disc as Oculus Prime gets his hands on the disc and sends it through that right section. A bit of an awkward pass here, and it will be Titan EXE with the disc, and all teammates, all players of this game. A bit of dubstep action here on my screen at least. Must be my Australian genes. I don't know what's going on, but I seem to bring that dubstep action with the disc just to every game that I visit. So Arctic Knight going for a shot. Rain saving it yet again and sending it over to Oculus Prime, and what a great pass that was, and sending it through that left tunnel.
Oh no, we got a drop out there on Evolve as this one ends up in the hollow bubble there on the far side. Oh, they're picked up by Rain sending a pass back, looking for the reset there to Oculus Prime. And you know, they're certain of the situation of that player dropping right now, and just trying to make time, maybe try to get that player in before they lose control of the disc here.
And Hollow looking to take advantage of this situation with the player down, taking those few points there, opening up this second round. Hollow looking for a comeback within this second round. Evolve will be taking that time out and trying to get that player back as soon as possible. So we're heading back into the podcast.
Yeah, and new feature this season, as you can hear on the stream right now, during timeouts, we have music to play. Which is I enjoy that feature personally, especially since I'm running the monitor right now, so I can actually hear it.
Interesting. Good.
Oh, looks like we're already getting an unpause. So that was really quick, actually.
Yeah. I believe that there was. I feel like the damage was definitely kept to a minimal there, so that's always good for Team Evolve. And seeing as how well they performed in the first round, they definitely have proven themselves to be a team that can definitely come back in some situations. So Evolve now within the 8th minute here, 2 minutes down, looking to quickly shut down this momentum that Hollow have conjured within this first few minutes here, as Rain plays very well on the mid section there, passing it over to Sancheezy. Sancheezy getting intercepted there by Novus, and Novus sends it through that right section. Can they make it useful for them, as it will be Arctic Match struggling for that disc. The regrabs are there, getting stunned out. It will be Sancheezy in the end. They're still there from Titan EXE. Titan now might look for a pass here onto the left, does have a reset option available. It will be Sancheezy finding the steal. Titan yet again. The steals, the stuns, they're all here. Novus now sending it over to the shield. A bit of an overshot there. And Rain sending it out. The interception from Novus. Novus sending it in from 14 meters out. And 3 points going to Team Hollow. Nailing that shot in there from Team... I mean, Hollow did very well to kind of maintain that pressure they had on Evolve, and Evolve just unable to find any clears to work for them. And what a great 3 points there for Team Hollow.
Yeah, and that was a fantastic, taking advantage of a situation. The goalie had come out to make a play on the disc. Unfortunately, the goalie put it right in the hands of that shooter who saw the open goal. Now Novus, long shot there, going to bounce off the nugget block on the way in. And steal there, Novus putting it in for the 2. They're up by 7. Wow.
You can definitely tell Hollow are feeling a bit of this momentum now coming into this second round. Those first few points might have just done it for them. 7-0. Evolve with the Joust advantage now. They need to look to cut off this momentum while they can. Still 6 minutes 30 on the clock, so more than enough time for Evolve to do so. Now with this launch, it will be Rain sending it to the left side. And that will be Oculus Prime with some pressure, sending over the mid, and the pass just not on target there. But the bounce will be Sancheezy getting his hand on it for a second, and another slap there from Oculus, heading its way to Oculus Prime here. Looking for that pass on the left post, and it will be Sancheezy sending that shot in. This might be the opening shot into cutting off the momentum of Hollow. Can Hollow come back with this just advantage here? They still do have a 5-point lead, Dimwi.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a time where Hollow needs to be very, very careful protecting this lead, because as we've seen how Evolve can play, they can absolutely catch up here, and with that goal, that could be the one that breaks the ice, that shifts the momentum in this game as we're about halfway through, and that's a turnover there off of that Joust. Someone's going to get sent down. The chains there to pick it up. Oculus Prime trying to get there, does. Goalie in the goal, so doesn't have a long shot option, and he's going to get stuffed there by Novus, who's going to try to turn that one around there at mid.
And you can definitely see the tension within these two teams. Both teams just struggling for the disc at times, where there's just steal after steal, and it's great action to see as we see Chrome now sending that through the midsection, and a brilliant clear that is. Hopefully the regrabs can work for them. As you can see, each player has one of the enemy opposing team on them, so no regrabs available at that time. All players trying to kind of corrupt each other's regrabs there, as it will be Oculus Prime with the disc sending it over towards that nest section. Was looking for a pass. The pressure was there from Novus. Novus doing well to keep it out of their side, sending it through that midsection. The regrabs are there, and he does have a player on nest, so Novus might send it over to there. But the long shot off the backboard, very close. It will be Titan with the recovery. Can he make a play here? The one-on-one situation off the backboard, not going to quite make it. The rebound is there. Arctic off the roof. Might go for a pass onto the nest. Exactly what he will do. Titan with the overhand, dinging off the bottom. And this is what Hollow does so well in these situations, just being able to constantly find this pressure and eventually find a few points here. 9-2. Hollow doing very well within this second round.
Yeah, I mean, that was absolutely fantastic. Offensive pressure, as you referenced, right at the end there. Just maintaining that pressure, just coming in and one after another after another. The first opportunity, second opportunity, third opportunity, and I mean, you get that many, eventually it's going to go in. We saw it go in there, so now it's going to be Evolve handling this one on this offensive joust. Rain with the disc moving through mid, unchallenged. He's going to keep creeping up, trying to draw that defense out. So he sees what he's looking for. Sends it up to Hollow. Hollow is going to plan it for the 2. That's a quick answer there. 19 seconds from the last.
That was an interesting approach to the joust advantage with Team Hollow. I feel like within the entire game, we were seeing Hollow constantly applying this pressure onto Team Evolve, and suddenly with this joust advantage with Evolve, they kind of played it a bit safe. They were looking to intercept, or looking to cut off. Whereas I feel like Hollow definitely have shown their strengths through the pressure that they can create here in this game, as they look for a few more points to kind of seal off this round. But with only a 5-point lead here. Evolve certainly still in it here as they look to find a few more points here, sending off through that left section. Can they make it work for them? Evolve getting stunned out. It will be Oculus Prime, unfortunately. Barely able to find that disc there, but the clear is not going to work for them. Oculus Prime getting stunned out. There will be another stun there, stun after stun here. Holo looking to grab that stray disc, getting a hand on it, and will find its possession, sending it over to Sancheese. He's sending it up through that shield, lost possession there, and the clear there from Novus might work for them as the rebound certainly will tighten, sending it through that left side. And now looking to follow up, it will be Evolve in the end. I hope it is a long disc there, a long stray disc there as Sancheese finds that disc in the end and looking to make it clear off the right section. It will be Novus attempting to grab that disc. The struggle for the disc for both of these teams, you can definitely see. You can definitely see the amount of pressure both teams are generating onto each other. The rush clears. Every player basically rushing towards that disc. And now we can see Oculus Prime with the disc. Might send it over to his right. It will be Rain with the disc. Going for a pass onto Shield. Sancheese to the goals. Ooh. Barely saved there. And a great save it was. The follow-up is there from Oculus Prime. And those few points sorry, not widening. What's the opposite of widening? Thinning the gap between Holo and Evolve. 3 points.
Yeah, narrowing the gap.
Yeah.
There, yeah. And no, I know the feeling. I forget words all the time. Just ask any of just ask Gil. He knows. But yeah, no, that was a very important goal. They're cutting this lead down to 3 here now. Maintaining possession for a moment there was Hollow, but quickly turns over on that clear. So with 1:12 left, it's going to be Evolve with possession. Long stretch pass there, trying to get to the man downfield. Unfortunately, turns over. A lot of pressure coming in to apply, but no, it's going to be Chrome getting that one sent towards mid, and then Novus getting that one cleared further out. 56 seconds to go here in round 2.
And with 50 seconds left on the clock, every second matters here. As we can see, Rain with the disc here. Might send it through that left tunnel. Does have a player on the right here. However, Oculus Prime now sending it over to his teammates on the left. This is the situation that they need here from a team. Evolve, a 3-pointer is all that they want to be looking for in this situation, as that clear working for Holo, and that clear might just win themselves this second round as it bounced off the backboard. That was close. The regrabs certainly are closer as Novus puts in a few more into the goal, and that will be, I believe, round 2 heading over towards Holo. What a turnaround here.
Yeah, that's the ice right there. There will still be a little bit of time on the clock. We'll wait to see if there's another goal, but round two will be going to Holo. So we will be going to round 3 here. I believe it's the first round 3 I've casted yet, yesterday or today. So that's nice. Yeah, 11-6 to Holo.
I was going to note that actually yesterday there were so many mercy wins, and I was definitely interested in what was happening there. I feel like it was one team or another just constantly with those 20-point wins in each round, and it was the games were cut quite immediately short. So it was very interesting to see how now within this second day, taking a look across all the games on the board here and all the streams, they've been getting relatively close. I mean, this is, I believe, the third round 3 game I've seen today. So very interesting stuff here. Holo just doing extremely well in this second round to come back here against Evolve. And I'm wondering now if that first opening point led to that momentum that they created here, Team Holo, and if that absent player had anything to do with it from Team Evolve. But I mean, 2 points. Although it didn't seem like much in the beginning, it was only a 3-point lead within the final few seconds of that game. So you never know.
No, yeah, you never know. And unfortunately, I'm now noticing that the scores aren't showing on the whole screen here. I apologize for that. I'm not sure why that's happening. That's why, yeah, it's my assets have been broken most of today. We're working on it. Hopefully we'll get it for next week. But anyways, we are going to get started for, it's going to say round 2 because I am a noob. It's actually round 3. Round 3 of 3 here. The final sudden death round here between these 2 teams.
And what a round this will be for these 2 teams. And doing very well there. Oculus Prime and Holo with the teamwork, sending it up towards that orange bubble. It will be Oculus Prime finding that, looking for the shot there, dinging off the post. Holo trying to find the disc, and a great save there from Titan, sending it out through that midsection. The clear nearly worked against them there. Two players nearly found that intercept. That disc looking very menacing there in that blue bubble. The recovery is there from Evolve. Oculus Prime, what a save there.
And then that clear going all the way down, but right there in the hands of Titan.exe. Titan.exe now with it. Looking to clear that one out. Sends it up there to the teammate Chrome. Looking for that long three, but hits that bottom crossbar, unfortunately, is now Arctic Matt. He's going to send that one up to Titan. Titan now, ooh, he's going to get stuffed there. Pocket pick clean by Oculus Prime. Looking for a half-court shot. That one's going to go wide. And now bounce to the far side wall.
Yeah, we've seen so many close shots coming here from Team Holo, and Evolve looking for that mid shot here through that letterbox, I believe. But Holo now with the recovery, and they do very well in these situations, Team Evolve, with their teamwork within the bubble. But that will be Titan grabbing that disc and interfering with that play there and sending it through that right tunnel. And now we can see Holo with the disc have some pressure on him, and this is where Holo do very well, just finding pressure on isolated teammates there. As we can see now, recovering that disc, Titan EXE looking to play a bit safe, but an unfortunate bounce off the floor there, losing possession of that disc, and that might just work against them here. As we can see now, Holo with the disc, sending it over to his teammate on the nest. An unfortunate bounce there, and it will work against them. As we can see, Holo now struggling to grab that disc. It might be Oculus. No, it will be Rain attempting to grab that disc, getting stunned down. Now nervous with the disc. The regrab follow-up is there. Can they make use of it? The follow-up, is it there? Slightly off. Not going to make it. 7 minutes 55 on the clock, and yet a score to be made within this third and final round. Arctic Matt with the disc now off the backboard, looking for it, bouncing a bit low there. He will be nervous with the follow-up off the backboard, dinging, and the stun off of, I believe that was Arctic, looking for yet another play. Saving Evolve from that onslaught of attacks there for a few brief seconds, as Holo looks to continue with this pressure here. Look at the constant pressure they've got on these teammates of Evolve. Just the two stack that they're constantly following up on this disc, constantly following up on the player. The regrabs following up on that clear there from Team Evolve. Not good enough and not fast enough, however, for Team Holo as they go for that clear through the midsection. And it will be Arctic getting stunned out there, getting stolen off of there. And Novus with the final clear through that midsection.
Bouncing off that far side pyramid. That was Holo getting stunned out. Novus with it, but only for a moment as he gets stunned out. Then Holo with the slap to send it back to the other side into the Holo zone. And now all the way into that orange bubble. A couple players trying to track it down. That's actually going to be Sancheezy taking the shot. He's going to hit it. And that is our first goal of round 3 here, over 3 minutes in. 2 points to Evolve.
And call me cheesy, but that might be the first few points to set the momentum for this game for Team Evolve, doing very well there. And yeah, I'm interested because I feel like in each round there's been a bit of a change of gameplay from both teams. Whereas Holo were playing a bit reserved within the first round, now swapping up within the second round, playing on a bit of a more offensive side. Now within this third and final round, we can see they definitely are having a lot of more plays regarding passing and using a lot more teamwork here. As we can see now, Titan EXE has some pressure on him, passing it over, looking for a pass, however, getting stunned out, so not going to work for them. And the clear coming over from Team Evolve through that left tunnel. And now the regrabs are there from Team Evolve. They do have 2 players, but the pressure is on its way from Team Holo. Getting stunned, getting a bit of a miss pass there, making its way to the left side. 2 stuns there, and he will be nervous recovering that disc from the top of the roof there, sending it through that right tunnel. The regrabs are coming from both teams here, so a bit of a struggle for the disc there. The stun, the steal, Novus letting go of that disc for a second, finding the stun, and now looking for the one-on-one situation off the back. Brilliant placement there from Novus, finding those 2 points and tying up the score.
That was a nice shot. That
shot there.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. It hit the cone on the backboard there. It hit the inside of the post on the way in. That was beautiful. As a whoop, sorry about the camera. Sorry about the camera work there. As this one a missed pass to the left side pocket there, but it is picked up by Oculus. Prime loses a hand, was trying to send it out, misses a teammate, and is going to find its way to the orange goalie there. And the bubble is going to clear it right back into the evolve zone, as that's Oculus Prime trying to track it down in his own bubble right now. It does finally get to it there, under pressure there by Novus, and looks for that clear out.
And will that clear work for them is the question. As we can see, Titan finding that intercept, bouncing right off the shield there, for a bit more to the right, might have even made its way inside the goals there. And looking, and this is what we've seen from Holo within this whole game. This is the attack sequence that we've always that it's kind of like the thematic of this game. I mean, Holo just constantly with their pressure within the blue side, and it was cut off short, however, as Evolve were able to find that clear and look for a play here. Brilliant stun there from Rain, and anchoring off the stunned player of Team Holo, finding those 2 points.
Yeah, it's just that was a great opportunity there by Rain. Disc was loose. He got it away from the defensive player. He uses the Geo to juke around to get away from that defensive player who was kind of stuck out in space in that moment. And ultimately is able to put it in himself. Beautiful couple points there, but now it's going to be Titan.exe sending that one, that left side tube there, just out of reach of a couple teammates. And Rain picking that one back up, sending it deep in, but Titan.exe is there on the back line, deep in his own zone, but now trying to move out through this this left side tube. Stunned out, Disc is loose for a moment. Oculus Prime looking for a long shot there, and it's going to hit the desk, bounce out, and cleared out by Titan.exe.
And such a close game we've got on our hands here. The regrabs are going to be on their way here from Team Evolve. As they find that disc possession, the Oculus Prime does have some pressure on him from Team Holo, sending that pass through the right section. Holo doing very well to get his hands on that one and send it through the left. Clear not going to work for him. However, the regrabs were there. Titan doing very well to get rid of that disc while they could. Ooh. The backboard shot nearly made its way into the goals there, dinging off the post, but the rebound certainly is going to make its way into the hands of both team players there. As the stuns, the steals are all on their way. The long shots are there. All team members want to find a few points here to get their team up on the board. And that will be Rain sending in 3 points and widening the gap. And I remember the term now, widening the gap by 5 points.
Yeah, with just over 2 minutes to go here, that 5-point lead, it's not, it doesn't put it away, but it does make it feel a little bit more comfortable as we approach the end of this round 3. This kind of a make it or break it for the game here. This one, gotta win this one if you want to win the game. As Sancheezy sending a beautiful pass up there to Oculus Prime. Oculus Prime trying to send it over there to Holo, a little out of reach. Holo does get that rebound. Holo now sending up on a cross, trying to get it back to Oculus Prime. But that went a little high, and now bouncing around loose. A bit of a double stun there, and it will be Novus with it. Novus going to get that one cleared out through that far side tube and out.
Great clear there from Team Holo as they look for a follow-up. And Chrome! What was that? Brilliant shot there from 24 meters out, 3 points. As you said, Dimwi, not completely over. Now only a 2-point lead for Team Evolve, who now have the just advantage. Holo not giving up just yet. With it, we're in the 3rd round here. Holo have taken a round as well as Evolve. So whoever does take away this round will be taking away the game. Evolve, Rain with the disc getting intercepted there and looking to bury a few more points in and take the lead. Potentially the slap follow-up. 2 points, evening up the score 7-7. Dimwi, you cast a blessing then.
Yeah, this is that was fast. A minute and a half there, they've tied it up after being down by a minimum of 2 goals. At 5-point lead. Evolve had the lead for the entirety of this game until the last minute here, where it's now tied up. As Rain's going to send that one across there to Holo. Holo now on the 2, under pressure, sending that one back across to the far side. Actually the near side. Sancheezy gets stunned out, and Chrome able to get that one cleared out back into the blue zone here. Both teams are going to be chaining for this one, and it's actually going to take a goofy bounce off the Geo. Good pick up there by Titan.exe, looking to take a long shot, and a good grab there by Rain, who gets that one cleared out.
Rain setting fire to that as he sends that clear through the midsection now. As Chrome with the disc, there's 20 seconds left on the clock. Oculus Prime grabbing that disc, sending it to the trench. The bounce isn't going to make its way to the goals, but it will make its way towards himself. Oculus Prime, he's looking to do it all, sending it towards that right side of the goal, not going to make it entirely. And the clear there off the left section. with 5 seconds left on the clock, I feel like we might be heading into an overtime. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Last Hail Mary shot off the top. Not gonna be enough time there as Holo and Evolve head into overtime within the third and final round. What a game.
Yeah, that was fantastic. We're going to go into this overtime. So we saw an incredible performance from Evolve in round 1. We saw an incredible performance from Holo in round 2. And now we're going to get an overtime in round 3 as both these teams come out of the tube. It's going to be quickly Evolve getting a hand on that one first. So Holo with it there on the back line has a third player coming in now. Rain is at the bow tie. Their fourth is playing back at the stack. Sancheezy trying to track it down. Can't. Rain picks it up, setting it into Oculus Prime. And there it is. He's going to put that one up for the 2 to win that one. Evolve is going to take us one in overtime in round 3.
What a game. What a twist of events in each and every round. There was a surprise lurking around each corner. From Evolve completely taking control in that first round with their passing, their teamwork, and then Holo doing extremely well within that second round with the pressure that they just created onto Evolve and the constant onslaught onto the opposing team. And now within this third and final round, both teams doing extremely well, taking it up into the overtime. Evolve coming out on top within the end. Great play. And what a game in general. Holo doing extremely well, as well as Team Evolve. As you can see onto the stat board here, I mean, taking a look at Team Holo here, Novus doing extremely well in terms of finding those points, 13 of those. Titan with 4 and Chrome with 3 had a substitute there. And as well as that, I mean, even taking a look at their stunts here on Team Holo, you can definitely tell that they did create, they were very hungry for the disc. That's just saying the least there. They were hungry for the disc here, creating huge amounts of pressure onto Team Evolve. And speaking of Evolve, looking towards their stats here, you can definitely take a look at their rate of assists, their rate of saves. They definitely did well in terms of maintaining that teamwork, maintaining that pressure through communication and that pressure through their numbers, especially when considering their attacks onto Holo, especially within that first round. I mean, if it was evident within any time within this game, it was evident within the first round. Their plays, their teamwork, all was there, and it was great to see Evolve doing extremely well and coming out on top in the end. And what a great game it was. And a huge shout out and a huge thanks again for everyone in the Twitch chat stopping by. Really appreciate it. What a game coming there from Stomper. And yes, it was good back and forth there from Kitty Stub. Appreciate everyone stopping by in the chat, giving their GGs there. And a huge shout out for SirDimwi as well. Managing the camera and the casting, definitely not an easy job here. So huge shout out again to Dimwi.
Appreciate that, PAMWOW. And of course, shout out to PAMWOW for all the work he does over at OCE. Without him, I did. Shut up.
No.
Stop
okay,
it.
I'll just leave.
Yeah, no. For a moment, I was like, did I just call him by the wrong name? No, I did not. Oh goodness! Oh, you made me so. You got me there. You got me there.
Give me a break, yeah.
But yeah, an absolutely fantastic, big victory there for Evolve. They're gonna go 2-0 this week. Holo's gonna fall to 1-1. But yeah, this is not our last game of the evening here on VRML 1 or 2. Well, it's the last game of the evening on VRML 2, but not the last game. I guess technically the next one's tomorrow if you're North American. But so in an hour from now over on VRML 1, Sputnik Cobra and PAMWOW are going to be bringing you Schrodinger's Disc versus Void, cammed by Palador. Sphinx will be helping out with that. And then that's 11 p.m. Eastern, excuse me. And then at 4 a.m. Eastern, Sputnik and PAMWOW are going to bring you some OCE action. Outlaws versus Talos. So that's going to be fantastic. And I know, what time is that in Aussie land there, Pam?
Yep, so with Void's game, that will be at 3 p.m. AEDT, and with Outlaws and Talos, that will be 8 p.m. AEDT. I know the 8 p.m. One, I believe, is relatively early in the morning for those within the North American region. So don't worry, I wouldn't be too concerned if you can't stay up that early. I'm actually not sure. Is that like 6 a.m.? I'm not sure.
It's 4 a.m. here on the East Coast.
4 a.m.
Yeah. So I may or may not be up for it, but if not, good luck on it. But yeah, that'll do it for us for now here on VRML 2. Of course, as everyone knows, that was PAMWOW. I have a SirDimwi. That was Evolve versus Hollow. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something important, but I'll remember the moment I hit this credits button. Well, yeah.
The post-credit scene actually has the sponsors. So is there even should we still like constantly say them throughout the stream? That is the question. I mean, and Palador says it in such a manly voice, so I feel like we're kind of discrediting him there when we say them.
Apologize for the echo there. Whoops. You just heard PAMWOW twice.
Which echo? The game or the?
Well, that'll be it. Thank you to all our sponsors. I'm gonna try. I don't have a list in front of me. I should. I'm bad at my job, but I should have a list in front of me, but I don't. But thank you to all our sponsors. If I try to list, I'll forget some, so that wouldn't be fair to the rest. So yeah, everyone have a good night, and tune in for more in not too long over on VRML 1. And I am now talking too long. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna hit this button while I'm talking. It's gonna be right mid-set.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.